What's going on, YouTube? Just finished my workout and now I'm gonna have a protein shake. I got a nice little gift, a brand new protein from Orgain that I haven't even opened yet. So I've never tried this before. It was given to me as a gift since I am a brand ambassador for them. But I think an important question that a lot of people want to know is how much protein should you get per day? I feel like a lot of, I feel like this is like one of the most studied things that we have a really good understanding of. So you need protein. It's basically the rebuilding blocks of your body, and your muscles, obviously need protein. And so when they undergo stress, they can grow back bigger and stronger, but there's this process called muscle protein synthesis that is required. And, protein's a large part of that. It's not the only part though. If you don't get enough carbohydrates, enough fat, the amount of muscle protein synthesis won't be fully stimulated. So it's actually really important that you get everything, not just protein, but protein is obviously one of the big ones. I think most people, their standard diet, oh, this smells really good, does not include enough protein powder or protein. What I would say, oh, I need more. This milk. This. All right, I'm gonna go get another milk. You're gonna come with me. What I would say for a lot of people is the goal that I would aim for, if your goal is to maximize the amount of muscle that you can put on for your frame, is around 0.7 to 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So really easy math is if you weighed 100 pounds, a lot of girls weigh, 100 pounds, 120 pounds, you should get anywhere between 70 to 80 grams. If you weigh 150 pounds, you should be aiming for like 105 to 120. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be aiming for like 140 to 160 grams. I think that is a rough estimate. If you look at like the nutritional guidelines for Americans, those numbers are generated on like, what is the minimum, For me, and I think for a lot of people, who gives a fuck about the minimum? We want maximum health, maximum strength, maximum muscle. So we don't want to aim for the minimum. The minimum on a 2,000 calorie diet that they suggest, I think, is about 50 grams a day. That's not enough, in my opinion, if you want to be very healthy and add muscle. So I fill this up to about 16 ounces of different vegan milks. This is going to be good because I like to put a bunch of shit in my shakes. I make them taste good. We're going to pull out the bowl of, look at this, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. I don't play around. My shakes are very nutritious, very delicious. I've been making similar shakes for years, and I enjoy the hell out of them every day. All right. Get a few raspberries, get a few blackberries. Wash them off. But yeah, I mean, if your goal is, and it's also the other thing that's really interesting and cool to know is that in terms of optimal body composition, those who have higher protein diets also have lower levels of body fat and higher amounts of muscle mass on the same total amount of calories. So to put in perspective, 2,000 calories and you're only getting 50 grams of protein is much different than consuming 2,000 calories but getting 120 grams of protein. The one that's consuming, you know, over double the amount of protein will have a lower body fat percentage and more muscle mass. And then if you've been on my page at all, you know, I think I've hopefully at this point reiterated enough that, you know, one of the main components to being a really healthy human being is being an optimal body fat percentage and an optimal body weight, because everything in your body just runs better. If you put your body in an unhealthy state, if you're obese or if you're actually, you know, underweight, you know, you're not giving your body the correct amount of, you're just setting your body up for failure. So protein is really, really important. It's not just for building muscle, it's also for long-term health. And one of the, I've already got these are pretty good. Got them at Costco. Put a couple of those in. And then, huge fan of this. I love pineapple. I love mango and strawberries. Get another piece of mango in there. And then, I don't like the coconut in my shake. I like eating it. So the 16 ounces of vegan milk is about 14 grams of protein. 2 scoops of this is 30 grams. So I'm already at 44 grams of protein. One serving of peanut butter is 7 grams. So we're talking about 51 grams of protein in this shake. Remember what I just said is that is the recommended daily value for Americans. This is about the size of peanut butter I use. This is what I would say too. If your goal is to lose weight, get powdered peanut butter, not this, because this is 190 calories in this scoop. Is that right? 1 tablespoon is equal to 190 calories. Is that what I said? 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry. That's 100 calories. If you got the powdered peanut butter version, that was 1 serving, it might be 25 calories, and it's all from protein, and there's like no fat in it whatsoever. I want you to see what I'm looking at. I give them peanut butter every day. Like this, a little bit on the finger. Oh yeah. Now, the other one's turn. But yes, if I had a recommendation for someone whose primary objective is to lose weight, going with powdered peanut butter is one of the best moves you can make, because this shake, for me, who's someone who needs to eat 3,200 or 3,300 calories a day in order for me to maintain this body weight, you're gonna knock off 100 calories on your shake instead of it being 600 for me, or 700 for me. Maybe it's 600 now if I use powdered peanut butter. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Then we got the banana. Did you know the wrapper on the banana up top actually helps? There's like a chemical that goes in bananas that makes it spoil quicker, and it's supposed to not be as healthy. That's why that little plastic wrapper is on top of the banana. So it's good to not throw it out. I can't tell you off the top of my head everything I know about it, but it's there for a reason. So I split this into thirds. There you go. There you go. And then I will take you with me to go give to my bird Maggie. There you go. Oh, you like it? Yeah. All right, I got one last, well, two things. I gotta add the protein powder, and I gotta add some ice. When making this smoothie, the banana really helps add the thickness of it. It makes it more like a shake, like a lot thicker than just like a very like runny liquid. And then the ice makes it almost like a milkshake. If you use a lot of fresh fruit, my advice is to do more ice. And if you use a lot of frozen fruit, you don't need a whole bunch of ice cubes. Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So the other thing I recommend too is if I had 2 shakes a day. I have one after my workout, and then I have one at night. The one at night is not this wild. It's just some vegan milk with the shake in it. This has been a long video, so I'm not going to run it too much longer. But, we'll give it a shot. Pour it. See how thick it looks. Pretty thick. It's going to overflow. It's just going to make it. I've made this so many times that I just have what's the word? Instinct of how much of each there needs to be. Another good shake. So the thing about Orgain, I've been buying Orgain for like 10 years. The reason why is all the different things that I care about with like a protein powder, it just checks off like every single box, while some of the other ones kind of do not. The ones with like greens in it, I think are kind of gross. So not a fan of that. This one tastes like a protein shake. This one tastes good, not all this green shit in it, which is kind of funny. But the price of it is also very good. It's manufactured in a GMP facility, which stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. So they test for things like heavy metals, and you can kind of, it's much more trustworthy because things that are not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, which is all supplements, therefore all protein powder. Some of them are bullshit. So I always tell people, when you find a protein powder that has like a reputable brand, that's the one you want to stick with. You don't want to try and go for any of these weird ones. There was one back in the day called American Standard Whey, where someone was testing it in a lab, and it claimed to have 25 grams, but it turns out it didn't even have half a gram of protein. So there are some fucking scumbags in the fitness world. But Orgain is not that. Tastes great, price is good, and the macros are great. And it's vegan. So it really hits on every single axis. So big fan.